Wake up. You don't want to be late for school.
Yes, I do.
Put yourself together. Get ready.
Creativity, as defined in the dictionary, is the ability to create something unique that would not have come about otherwise. Creativity comes from one's imaginations or thoughts and can happen anywhere at any time. It is led by your imagination and it is endless. You can use your imagination by dreaming and picturing something in your head. Everyone is creative and has an imagination. Creativity has a limited input and an unlimited output, as we are all able to think far beyond the things that we are taught. Aristotle states that imagination produces images when there is no perception. Some people might think of this as dreaming. How can we show creativity? Children's creativity is more obvious than others because there is not much opposite opinion in surrounding areas. What is it that you think of when you think of creativity? When thinking about creativity, most people naturally think of drawings or arts and crafts. However, there are so many more ways that one can display creativity. Some different ways that creativity can be reflected through are music, writing, dancing, drama, acting, sports, movie making, inventions, engineering, innovation, cooking, architecture, landscaping, fashion, communication, marketing, comedy, programming, brainstorming, and there are many other ways that people can also display creativity. Creativity allows students to explore their thoughts, giving them the ability to produce different ideas, gain high-level thinking and critical thinking. Creativity increases the chance of having better problem-solving skills as well as reaching maximum potential. Not only this, but the ability to produce different ideas will enable the individual to be more adaptive within an ever-changing world and may even enable them to construct new knowledge, leading them to new success. As cited in Jefferson and Anderson 2017, creativity is a skill that is knowledgeable, definable, and is crucial when learning in the 21st century. It has the ability to make learning more dynamic and effective. When students are given the opportunity to engage with creativity, it gives them the chance to collaborate with their peers, sharing ideas, create new ideas, and build their resilience, giving them a steady foundation for creativity for the rest of their lives. How can we promote creativity in schools? When educators and the school place a value on creativity and imagination, it allows for students to apply their critical thinking towards other key areas of learning. Imagination gives people the capacity to visualize what is not. Picasso once said that every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist once we grow up. Teachers need to incorporate imagination and creativity into their classrooms to promote lifelong thinking, especially because we are in a world that is forever changing. In our education system, we are discouraged from taking risks. Children are always being assessed on what is normal and what is ideal. Imagine how boring the world would be if no one conformed or took risks. As teachers, we need to create safe and supportive environments so that students know it is okay to make mistakes. We need to make sure that students realise this isn't always a bad thing to be wrong. But how can this be achieved? Standard of Teaching Number 1 states, know the students and how they learn. Being respectful towards the pupils and identifying that they are all individuals will establish a relationship where students feel comfortable to talk openly with their teachers and other pupils. It is important for teachers to connect with their students on a professional, personal level. getting to know who the student is, their interests, and the way that they learn. Recognise students' differences, their interests, and understanding will reinforce an optimistic outlook for students and assist them in enabling their voice and becoming an active participant within their classroom. Every student is different and learns in different ways. It is time to look at the standardised testing and recognise the impact creativity and imagination within the classroom can do. Look at each student's growth rather than comparing them against each other. Here is Sir Ken Robinson talking about creativity within the schools.
Is that kids will take a chance. If they don't know, they'll have a go. Am I right? They're not frightened of being wrong. Now, I don't mean to say that being wrong is the same thing as being creative. What we do know is, if you're not prepared to be wrong, you'll never come up with anything original. If you're not prepared to be wrong. And by the time they get to be adults, most kids have lost that capacity. They have become frightened of being wrong. And we run our companies this, by the way. We stigmatize mistakes. And we're now running national education systems where mistakes are the worst thing you can make. And the result is that we are educating people out of their creative capacities.
Education should not reach the point of indoctrination, but teach different skills for students to have a foundation, but allow room for them to still explore their own ideas. Every student's ideas can be different. Culture, attitude, family, and all these factors can affect someone's views. It is our job as educators to encourage students and get them to think from other points of view and reflect on their ideas. We have to lift children up. It is evident that as teachers we need to support creativity and make sure the students don't feel scared to speak their mind and have a go. But how are we meant to foster a creative environment within our classroom? A creative curriculum, a curriculum where we recognise that the way we feel, think and speak is all aspects of imagination. A curriculum where we access space around the school, such as outdoor settings, to extend the students' creativity and give them room for exploration. As a creative teacher, you have to provide effective teaching to help motivate students, create interesting lessons, encourage children to be active learners, respect children innovation, and provide opportunities to let children solve problems and explore ideas. Today we have access to more technology than ever, therefore we are able to create and think of new ideas to change the world. Use these technologies to an advantage. As teachers, we ourselves need to be creative in order to come up with tasks that can promote our students' creativity. Children are the leaders of tomorrow, they are the future. By using higher order questioning, students move away from being passive learners and obtain active learning strategies, resulting in them having more conceptual ideas and becoming more independent learners. Young Planks in the Classroom 2013 reveals that these questions strategies empower students and develop inquiry skills that extend understandings far beyond the limits of a textbook. This student-centered approach allows students to pose questions, make predictions and use exploration to enhance their ideas, subsequently constructing more meaningful lessons. By adopting transformative learning into our classrooms, we are able to deliver classes that will support student imagination and creativity. Maziro 1997 defines transformative learning as the process of changing one's original point of view. Our frames of reference help us to understand the whole world around us, but also create conditioned responses to help define our world. Maziro also highlighted that transformative learning can be seen in the way we communicate. This is a part of educators helping students to be aware of their assumptions and of those of others. It also involves helping students to use their imagination when looking at problems to see them from a different point of view. Bloom's taxonomy holds creativity as the highest order thinking skill. In conclusion, it is evident that imagination and creativity is a crucial part of life and not just for children. As teachers, we need to teach creatively and teach to promote creativity to assist students' academic development, understanding, confidence, resilience, critical thinking, leadership, and heightening the standards at school with eager learners. Thank you for taking your time to watch this video about creativity and the imagination. I hope that you've gained some sort of insight to how you can help your class as a teacher with regards to this. Thank you.